So on pole position is Thomas Byrne. There we go. Yeah, there we go. That's what was on my laptop. JP Slater alongside him on second place. Row 2 is Benjamin Watts, Alex Johnston alongside, with row 3 being Lucas Ellingham and Enzo Liu. Row 4, Remy Gilbert and Benjamin Southgate. Row 5, Vishal Patel and Martin Auger. Row 6, Luke Taylor and Jensen Buckingham. Row 7, Harry Torpy and Jordan Brown, with row 8 being Marcus Smith and Williams. The red lights go out and we are racing here, and it's a good start by Thomas Byrne. Benjamin Watts, I think, came across the line. Oh, there's a little bit of a wide moment there by the number 95, which is Vishal Patel. Luckily kept it out the barrier. Could have been a whole lot worse. Luckily it wasn't. 3 wide, the 76 goes straight on. Who is the number 76? Martin Auger. Just almost looked like the steering just stopped.
That was odd, wasn't it?
Yeah, it didn't even look like that big a contact with anybody else. A little bit of a touch, but maybe not anything too massive. Lots of karts going off on the outside of the circuit. Number 77, Enzo Liu, who I believe started in the top 4.
It was also the 66 of Benjamin Watts as well from second, went off there.
Yeah, no, so there's far too many drivers really falling off the circuit for the time being. Lucas Ellingham, probably the driver we'll be keeping an eye out on as soon as he gets into the race lead. We'll stop keeping an eye out on him, really. He was 4th, he's up to 2nd.
He has indeed, and look, he's already pretty heavily pressuring Thomas Byrne there for the lead, with only 1 lap done, and he's looking for it. Goes defensive, does Byrne, just kind of shows a bit of wing, shows that he's going to defend that line, and he wants to hold on to this first place, but I'm not sure how long he's going to be able to keep it for as they continue down into Ashby once again. Yeah, a couple of drivers just getting hung out to dry there. Oh, a little bit of... He came back across the track there, didn't he, the 74. Just a little bit of a tap on the front end of Lucas Ellingham, but nothing... No malice there at all. Just coming back, trying to take the racing line, but Lucas was already there. Had to pull out of that one and just continue. But I think Lucas... Oh, my goodness, what a move from Lucas Ellingham. Into the boot he goes. I was just about to say how he knows he's got 7.5 minutes late. He doesn't need to send one, and then immediately sends one.
Yeah, no, most people have to brake going into that left-hand side. I don't think Lucas Ellingham has gotten that. It's like he's got front brakes on the kart as well, hasn't he? The way he managed to stop halfway through the boot there. But, yeah, Thomas Byrne, to be fair, didn't do anything wrong. He defended quite well, but he wasn't expecting that, and I don't think any of us were, to be honest. So, yeah, good move by Lucas, and it's probably about now where we'll probably end up stop talking about him because he'll inevitably drive off into the distance a little bit. But to be fair, Thomas Byrne keeping him honest, and there's an opportunity. If he can try and make a move and a little bit of a lunge just like Ellingham did to him before, you know, he's got about half a lap to do it, and that will keep Ellingham honest, and that will keep him in the battle.
That's a good move there. That's Torpy down the inside of Southgate for 5th position there. Near the back of this sort of pack. We've got sort of first down to 6th in this gaggle. As you say, we could be seeing Ellingham start to pull away. Hasn't quite yet, though, to be fair. Only 2/10 between the leading two still. Then we've got JP Slater. Then we've got Alex Johnston, Harry Torpy and Benjamin Southgate. Harry Torpy now with the fastest lap of 45.17. He was the only one really challenging Ellingham last race, but then, of course, had to pull out with a mechanical failure, only sort of 2 or 3 laps from the end. So luckily he's got his kart back going. He's back involved with this heat. Doing very well at the moment, sat in P5 with that fastest lap.
Yeah, it's always a bit worrying, though, when you got a mechanical failure in the previous lap, especially when you come in, you give it to your mechanic for about, I don't know, let's say half hour, an hour or something like that. Come back, oh, did you manage to find out what happened? Did you manage to fix it? No, to be honest, but all of a sudden it's working, and you go out in the race thinking, well, is this going to carry on working, or what's going to happen here? Not saying that's exactly what happened. There may well have been a very obvious issue that they managed to fix, and I'm sure their mechanics are very capable, but it is always a little bit of a worry. Thomas Byrne.
That was late from Harry Torpy.
Yeah,
what
I was going to say, we'll speak about Byrne in a second, because Torpy's really putting on a show right now, isn't he, and making up for the fact that he didn't finish that last race.
Indeed, indeed. Really making up for it and going for those moves. That was properly late, but brilliantly held under the brakes. Yeah, I was going to say, maybe if you can't find the issue, it might be a bit of an IT crowd job of just, if you try to turn it off and on again.
Yeah, basically. It's amazing how many times that works.
True, literally with so many things.
Well, it seems to be working for Torpy today anyway.
It is, yeah, and he's moved up to 4th place now, still continuing to put in fastest lap. Another one, the first driver to drop down to the 49s. Thomas Byrne also in the 49s, the 44.9s I should say. Thomas Byrne also in it as well, and now he's going for the lead again. Thomas Byrne fights back, up the inside he goes to a Christmas corner. Lucas Ellingham down to 2nd.
I'll tell you what, we were writing Thomas Byrne off earlier. I do apologise, Thomas, that's a great move. Left the door open into Ashby's. That doesn't mean these days that he's going to lie down and let that happen, though. I'm looking forward to seeing how he replies this time round to after Lucas's aggressive style on the attack. There's no messing around, is there, with some of the top drivers? They see the opportunity and they just absolutely dive up the inside, and they're very efficient at it. And Thomas Byrne showed that through Christmas corner, he's not to be messed with. He's not going to take this line down. He's going to fight for this race win in the X30 Senior Heat 3.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's not dropping off at all, is he? Putting in a brilliant showing this race, and yeah, fair play to Thomas Byrne. This is a good race for him. Whereabouts did he finish in our earlier race?
That is a very good question.
Can't actually see him. Oh, there he's 13th.
No, 13th, yeah.
So, he didn't finish our last one, so proving himself nicely in this one. Coming back, fighting for sure, and up into second place. Still, was back into the lead for one corner, and then Lucas was like, no, mate, that's actually my position. I'll be taking that back. Thank you very much. And continues to hold it now, but still staying on the back of them. And don't count out JP Sleater and Harry Torpy, both still on the rear end of these two. But Lucas Ellingham puts in a fastest lap. Oh, scrap that. It goes back to Harry Torpy, a 44.77, but all within about a tenth of a second, these four at the front. So I'm interested to see how this plays out for the last 3.5 minutes of this one. Yeah,
we were actually just talking about Thomas Byrne in his previous race. Apparently he spent 0.3 of a second in the race before crashing out, so I'm guessing it was a lap one incident, the turn one incident I should say actually, and maybe that's why we didn't really think that Ellingham was going to have much of an issue pulling away, because Byrne wasn't there to pile the pressure on. Where did Sleater? Well, Sleater finished actually in third place, exactly where he is now, and obviously Torpy, unfortunately, was another one of the drivers that didn't finish. He ended up being the last driver to DNF, which meant he was registered as 10th place. But he did DNF, he was 7 laps down. So again, maybe this is a true representation of the top four that we expect to see in the X30.
Exactly, yeah. We're focusing on this battle. We can see two just in the background of our shot as well, 5th and 6th place. Southgate has just overtaken Johnston for that 5th position. So they're a few seconds off of this lead battle, but still 2.5 minutes to go. If these guys start battling now, there's a chance that Southgate and Johnston could still catch up here. So let's wait and see how this plays out. Torpy's a little bit closer to Sleater than Byrne is to Ellingham at the moment. So I think Torpy's going to be going for a move relatively soon. Oh, he gets all checked up into the boot there, goes into the back of JP Sleater. Just didn't quite realise how early he would brake there, but manages to continue and carry on in 4th place. None of them leaving the black stuff, all keeping it held just for now. But when is Torpy going to go for this move?
Yeah, well, that's the big question, isn't it, really? And when is Byrne going to go for it? Because they're just as close as each other, aren't they, at this point? The X30 seniors nicely carving their way through Christmas corner and elsewhere. It's just about holding on to... there's a change of surface. Change of surface.
I'm pretty sure it's not raining.
Oh, somebody's radiator we've just been hearing. So that is a potential...
At least it's water and not oil.
Yeah, it'll... But it could still bit of a problem.
Don't get me wrong. Oh, he's through. 73 of Torpy is through on JP Sleater. I think he made the move into the boot there. We just missed it on camera, but makes it through. But now has allowed for that gap to open up to Byrne and Ellingham in the lead. So he's going to have to put the pedal to the metal here if he wants to try and chase down that win.
Yeah, this is...
I thought he was going to go for that.
That is... probably, I mean, I can understand why he'd want to do it, but it probably wouldn't have been the smartest thing to do if they wanted to catch up to the top two. And with only a minute to go, you really do need to keep your head, keep nice and calm, think about what's the best decision for the rest of this race, not necessarily for the next corner. And obviously, probably lucky that JP Sleater wasn't quite close enough, because in the long run, it might actually end up being better, because Torpy has got some pace about him.
He really has. He's really proved himself this one. Oh dear, we've got a cart pulled off to the side of the road. Can't quite see the number from here. We'll see if anyone begins to drop down the order as they come through the timing beat to start another lap. But Lucas Ellingham, fastest lap of the race now, 44.67. It looks like it might be Alex Johnson as the 174 pulled off as well. Luke Taylor's in the pits. And indeed, I think it is Alex Johnston. Was up there battling for 5th place with Benjamin Southgate. Now out of the race. Looks like it was probably a mechanical if Benjamin Southgate stayed in the same position. So pulling off the circuit is Alex Johnston. Again, being cursed by the karting gods, but he's going to have another final later on this afternoon to have another go.
Yeah, and that's what they're going to have to focus on now. I saw a green flag being waved around Ashby's, which tends to mean there was a yellow flag being waved previously, but I can't quite see.
I think that was for the parked Alex Johnston.
Yes, it will have been, won't it? As we're going on to the final lap of the race, Lucas Ellingham starts it. He's got an 8/10 gap, so Thomas Byrne's attack has really sort of unfortunately faded away slightly, but it was a damn good effort, I have to say.
Yeah, fair play.
JP Slater's probably the closest driver to be making any kind of move around this top 4 battle.
Exactly, yeah. Lucas Ellingham was being pressured through a lot of this race, but has pulled out the lead when it matters on that last lap. Now about 9/10 in the lead. Can more relax at the end of this one. And yeah, we thought, well, I certainly thought at the start of his first heat that at the end he got to slow down to save the tyres. Cannot do that here. No. He's not created quite the sizable gap that he had in the last one. And Torpy didn't quite, he got past JP Sleater, didn't quite have the waft to catch back up to Bernard Ellingham. But Ellingham comes across the line to win heat number 3. I think he's on for 3 wins from the weekend so far, and he's going to hopefully do the same in the final later on. It was Byrne in second, a very impressive performance from him. Saw him bring the fight to Ellingham early on in the race, and it was Torpy with some great pace as well, up into 3rd place. Sleater in 4th, then it was Benjamin Southgate in 5th, Jordan Brown in 6th, Remy Gilbert in 7th, Jensen Buckingham moved his way through to 8th, it was a good little race from him, and William Smith in 9th, Benjamin Watts 10th, Enzo Liu in 11th, then it was Martin Auger in 12th, and then 3 non-finishers were Alex Johnson, Luke Taylor, and Vishal Patel.